Hey, I'm Steven.
And I'm Lauren.
And we retired at age 29 by keeping our expenses low and investing the vast majority of our incomes.
Well, we're both from Tampa Bay area. We went to high school together. That's where we met. And then we both ended up going to UF in Gainesville as well.
We realized that there's value to having extra money and not spending everything you make, right around age like 22-ish. And we found out about investing at that time. And it kind of changed everything because the default when you make more money than you need to live is to just upgrade your lifestyle and spend more and buy new cars and bigger houses. So if you find out about this secret extra thing you can do with your money, which is invest it and buy yourself decades off of work, when you're 22 years old, it's really easy to do because you're used to living frugally, you're used to living that college lifestyle, and you don't really have to make any changes or sacrifices in your life at all to become financially independent in 10 years or so.
We also both are kind of like, we're into like the minimalism aesthetic. We don't want to have a bunch of excess stuff on the walls. We like a cleaner look, and I think that also kind of helps. Using stuff until it's worn out. I mean, these are my favorite shoes. I've had them for over a decade, as you can see. It's pretty much time to part with them. He has some where he wears them out until like this piece comes out.
So our first dual full-time jobs out of college, we were making like $40K a year each in salary. And we had a couple extra side hustles on top of that. We had just discovered investing, so we were investing a bit too. But in those first 2 years of dual full-time income, we were able to save over $100,000 during that period. And basically what we did was, between the two of us, our spending was around $22,000 per year. We just took all of the excess from our salaries and our side hustles and we dumped it into investments, and that grew a bit as well.
We also both are kind of like very frugal, looking for like a good price on stuff, not willing to pay more.
So we actually purposely buy expired beans. You actually get them for about 75 or 80% off.
We're gonna make some chicken fried rice. This stuff right here is $1.66 at Walmart. We're gonna throw in some peas and cauliflower, 88 cents and $1. Last up, some Gardein chicken for $4.92. The total here, it's gonna serve us 4 times, is about $2.11 per person per meal. So over the years, our expenses have ranged from $18,000 a year for both of us combined up to about $30,000 a year. Once we got up to about $500,000 invested, in addition to our paid off house, we started to feel like we were pretty much financially independent instead of drawing like a hard line. But if you do the math on that, right, with the 4% rule, 4% of $500,000 is 20 grand a year, so we could afford to withdraw 20 grand a year every year without running out of money. In reality, we've actually done some freelance work and haven't withdrawn from our portfolio. When we did buy our first house, we bought it with the intention that if we ever wanted to travel or move out, it would make a good rental property. And that turned out to be a pretty good investment too. So we still own that first condo that we bought, and it's still producing income for us as well. I work a bit for the company that I used to work full-time for.
I have a single client that I do some social media marketing for. It's probably, like if I average it out, about an hour a week that I spend doing that.
So a typical week in early retirement usually involves going outside a lot. So we definitely walk on the beach across the street from our house. One of our fun hobbies that's pretty cheap is just playing games. It's very social as well.
We also tend to go on a biking trip or a kayaking trip, or we'll take the van and we'll take a few months and go to Canada like we did this summer.
There's actually more room in here than I think you would expect.
So before we head to Australia, we're definitely gonna try to sell as much just excess stuff that's been sitting around the house that we kind of need to get rid of anyway.
I do have a few sweaters that I don't really wear anymore that we could sell before heading out.
We're gonna rent out our house fully furnished, and everything else, my mom has been nice enough to let us throw it in her house for 3 months. Probably the best part about early retirement is that any dreams that you had in your childhood or in your teen years or in your adult years or dreams that you have right now there's nothing stopping you from pursuing them whatsoever. So anything that you say, man, I really wish I had the time for that, you do have the time for it when you retire early.